Shalom everyone and Merry Christmas. So instead of continuing a Hebrew lesson today, instead I'm going to postpone that and continue that in January. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a famous Christmas song called Mary Did You Know? We're going to look at it in Hebrew. And I will link the song in the description so you can go take a look at that song in Hebrew. And what we're going to do is I'm going to walk through the song, translate it into English so you know what the words are. That way, when you hear the song in Hebrew, you can sing along to it and you'll know what the words mean. And also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this song to explain how Bible translations work. So this whole thing would actually be in 3 parts. So the first part, or the first video, will be of me translating the Hebrew into English so you know what the words are. The second video will be on explaining how Bible translations work using this song. And then the third part or third video will be diving into Bible translations and showing how to use them as tools to study the Bible if you don't know the original languages yet. So let's dive in. So this is the first part of the song, and it goes like this. We have Miriam, which means Mary. And the name Miriam also is the name of Moses' sister. So Miriam. So Miriam is Hebrew. Miriam is the way we say the name in English. But Mary is also the same name, but it's coming from the Greek. So that's how you get Mary. But Miriam comes from Miriam. Then we have Ha'im, and I translate it here as did, but this word is combined with 2 kind of words. So the first part is this letter Hey over here, and this is an interrogative Hey, means it's asking, letting you know that you're going to ask a question. And then this part here is the word Im, which means if. So it's like asking a question, and it can be translated when it's together. It means, is it this? So you can say, Mary, is it you know? But it sounds weird to say it that way in English, which is why I translate it as did you know. So, and then yadat means you know. Then we have she yavo, which means that will come. Hayom, which means the day. Uvanech, and your son. And then we have Yelech, will walk. Al means on. And then we have Mayim, water. That will come the day, and your son will walk on water. Sounds weird in English, but that's what it is in Hebrew. And then we have the same sentence again. Miriam, Ha'im, Yadat. Mary, did you know? Then we have Shehaben, which means that the son. So the shin here, this letter, acts as the word that. The hey here is acting as the definite article. So this one was an interrogative hey. This letter hey here is not an interrogative. It is the definite article, the. And then we have ben, which is son. So that the son, shelach, of yours, yashiv, will restore, ma'or, light, einain, of eyes. So we have eyes over here. And if you notice, I put the of italicized. So sometimes in English you have to add words to make sense. And sometimes we italicize words in English to show that we're adding words into the text to make sense. Okay, next part is Ha'im Yadat. We already know what that means. Then you have Hatinok, the baby. Again, this hey here is acting as an definite article. So, the baby. Oto. Now, this word oto can mean him or it can mean it, depending on the context. If it's a inanimate object, it would be an it. If it's a person, it's him. And I translate it as whom, because it'll be weird if we say the baby him you bore. So we don't say that in English, we say the baby whom you bore. So that makes more sense. Okay, now we have nasat, you bore, and then we have betoch, and betoch is combined with two words, which is this letter here, bet. You should already know this from if you've watched the previous videos of the lessons in Hebrew, which I did. You know that this is the letter bet, and it means in or within. So that's what bet can mean. And then we have the other word here, toch, which means interior, midst, or middle. And then when you put them together, you kind of squish the two words together. You can get things like the word inside. Okay. Then we have rachmech, your womb. Then we have hayom, the day. Then we have yavo, which is will come. I know it's weird. Hebrew sentences work differently than English. Then we have vahu, and he. And we have Yisa, which is will bear. And we have kol, all. And then avonech. Avonech means your sin or transgressions. So you may have noticed we didn't translate this word. This word is the word et, and it's a direct object marker. So in Hebrew, you need this in the sentence, but in English, we don't do that because of the way our sentences are structured. So this is here in Hebrew to let you know that this is the direct object. So he's bearing what? He's bearing her sin, which would be, you're talking to Mary, which means you're saying Jesus will bear Mary's sin. He's not bearing his own because he's sinless. Jesus never sinned, but he's bearing or carrying Mary's sin. Next part, we have Miriam, Ha'im Yadat. Again, same phrase. You should know it by now after hearing it before. Then we have Shehaben, which means that the son. You've already seen that before. Then Shelach, of yours. We've also seen that before. Then we have Yam, which means sea. And you can see over here, it's near the beginning, but in English, it's at the end of the sentence. And then we have So'er, means raging. Then we have, or stormy. Then we have Yargia, which is will calm. So the sentence means that the son of yours will calm a raging sea. Then we go back here again and you have Miriam, Ha'im, Yadat. And then you have Shehaben, again, familiar from up here. Then you have Shelach, again. And then we have the direct object marker here. We don't translate it. We go to the next word and we have Banenu, which means our sons. Or this word, Banenu, so it comes from the word ben, which means sons, and the nu at the end means our. So our sons. But it doesn't have to mean sons only. It can mean children or descendants. So the word can be translated as that as well. And then we have Yoshia, which means to save. So that the son of yours will save our sons. So I kept it as sons here because it sounds a bit more poetic when you say that the son of yours, so your son, will save our sons. But we know that this word sons doesn't just mean only males. It it means like your children or your descendants. Okay, next we have Ha'im Yadat, Shehaben. Again, we have the same word, Shehaben. Then Hazeh means this. And then we have Hit, Halech, Hit, Halech. And we have Im. So Hit, Halech means walked. Then Im means with. Then we have Malachim. Malachim means angels, but it can also mean messengers. So the word angels comes from the Greek word angelos. Angelos. Angelos means messenger, and it can refer to a human messenger or a divine messenger, like a spiritual being kind of messenger. So usually what's happened in English is we translate usually like a spiritual sort of being or an entity that is bringing a message from God. We translate it as an angel, but when it's referring to a human being, we translate it as messenger for a human being. But malach in Hebrew means angels, or it can mean a human messenger or a divine messenger. In this case, we're referring to a divine messenger, so angels. Then we have Hatinoch. Hatinoch, we've seen this word already. It means the baby. Then Oto, we've also seen that, and it means whom. And then we have Nishakt, and then we have which means, this means you kissed. And then we have Baruch, and it means blessed, but it usually means like the blessed one. So the baby whom you kissed, the blessed one, it's like identifying the specific baby. And then we have Hu, Ben, Elohim. So Hu means he in Hebrew, Hu means he, and then Ben means son, and then Elohim, God. So the baby whom you kissed, the blessed one, he is the son of God. And then we have the next phrase again, Me'am Ha'im Yadat. We've seen that before. Then we have Ivrim Ro'im. Ivrim Ro'im, which means the blind ones see. So Ivrim, it means like the blind persons or people. It's in plural, so it seems weird. It's kind of weird to translate. So you say the blind ones. That's what it means, so like the blind persons. And then Ro'im, they see. Then we have Pischim, and then Hebrew starts feeling like a tongue twister when you have so many ims at the ends of the sentence. Holachim, and then it means to walk. So the lame ones walk. And then you have Chershim, the deaf ones. And then you have Shoma'im, they hear. Kolo, his voice. And then we have Metim, which means the dead ones. Then we have Kamim, rise. So the dead ones rise. Then we have Vaha'ilmim. And then we have, that means, and the mute ones. So if you notice the previous ones, I italicized the because the definite article is not in front of them. So I italicized it. But over here you see it, the definite article is there. There's the hey. Vav means and. The letter hey means the. And then means mute ones. So next part is Mahalalim, and it means praise. Then we have the definite article here. We don't translate it. And then we go to the next word, which is Shemo, which means his name. And then we have here Me'am ha'im yadat. And then we go back. We have the same word we've seen before. Shahaben, that the son. Shalach, of yours. Hu, he. Adon. So we had to italicize the word is because it wouldn't work without the word is in English. But you don't need to write it in Hebrew. It's sort of implied. So he, Adon. So whom is he? And Adon means Lord. So he is Lord. Kol means all or everything, like including a whole everything in a group. So all. So Habaria, the creation. That the son of yours, he is Lord of all creation. Of all the creation. Sounds weird in English, but that's how it is in Hebrew. And then we have Miriam, Ha'im, Yadat. Mary, did you know? Then we have Shebavo, Shebavo. And then we have, so Shebavo means that when comes. We have to kind of split it in English. And then we have Hayom, which means the day. And then we have Kol, which means over here we said all. And I said also it can mean every. So every. Berech, ni. So every ni. Bishmo. Bishmo means bet can mean in. So in. And this means name. Shem means name. When you have the vav at the end, it means his. So Bishmo means in his name. Tichra means will kneel. So every knee will kneel in his name. And then we have Ha'im Yadat. Did you know? Shehaben. Hazeh. Hu. And then we have Se, which means lamb. And then Ha Elohim. So we have that the son, he is the Lamb of God. Now over here you have the definite article again, the letter He. So it would actually be that the son, he is the Lamb of the God. But in English that sounds weird. We know which God it is, which is why we capitalize the G. So we don't put the there. Instead it's over here is italicized over there. And then we have Hatinok, the baby. Then you have Asher, that's a new word. Asher means who. And then Nitan, was given. And then Lach, to you. Lamed means to, and the Kaf Sofit here means you. So Lach, to you. The baby who was given to you. Then we have Ba, has come. Latet, to give. Chaim, life. So the baby who was given to you has come to give life. And that is Mary, did you know, in Hebrew. So I will link the song to where I found this song. I'll link it in the description, and you can go listen to it now in Hebrew, knowing what the words mean. And if you want, you can continue watching the second part of this video and seeing how this song can teach you something about how Bible translations work. And so I'll see you in the next video if you decide to watch it. Or if not, I'll just say for now, Merry Christmas and Shalom and God bless.